Greetings and salutations, friends. Welcome back to another video. As you guys know, I am currently a junior studying economics at Princeton University. This means that within the next year or so, I'm going to begin looking for jobs as well as internships for this coming summer. Now, I know this entire process can seem a little daunting, especially because there's no crash course on how to go through this. So I've decided to come up with a series of videos that's hopefully going to be able to help you throughout this process and share some things that I've learned with you guys along the way. Now, the first thing you're absolutely going to need, regardless of any type of job or internship you're applying to, is going to be your resume. Now, there are a ton of different things that need to go on a resume, and there are a ton of things that actually don't need to be on your resume. So today I'm just going to run you guys through my own personal resume as well as my friends to give you guys the exact rundown of what employers are actually looking for. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Now, resume building seems to be one of the most important things students are concerned about these days. Everyone thinks that they need to be president of some sort of club, do philanthropic activities, or fund a startup to be considered candidates for colleges, internships, or even jobs. However, I'm here to tell you guys that that's actually not the case for a lot of opportunities. They really just want to get to know who you are, what you've done, and how you're going to be the best candidate for that position. Now, a resume is essentially a one-page synopsis of yourself, your accomplishments, and the skills and fields you have expertise in. It's an opportunity for employees to get an overview of who you are as a person, as well as if you're the right candidate for that position. In summary, it should really just include the things that you're proud of as well as the things you've accomplished throughout your college career. Now, for the sake of any basic resume, I've learned to keep it relatively simple and organize it into these four categories. The first one is going to be professional experience. The second one is going to be leadership and activities. The third one is going to be awards and honors. And finally, is going to be your skills and hobbies. Now, as far as the format and how you decide to organize it, I can definitely recommend to be as simple as possible. For me personally, I've created an Adobe Illustrator file where I've designed my own personal template. Now, there are tons of different templates that are free and easy to download online. It doesn't have to be as intricate as mine because in all honesty, you want to keep it as simple as possible. So as you can see, there are a couple different sections that I split up my resume into. Now, I will say that this is a little bit specific to myself because I have included some details about my portfolio, my YouTube channel, a little bit of other things that aren't applicable to everyone. So definitely take that into consideration as well. First off, in the heading of your resume, you definitely want to include your education background as well as your major, if you have any minors or certificates, as well as your cumulative GPA, and you can also include your major specific GPA. This is imperative for your resume because employers need to know what school you've gone to as well as what your GPA is. So definitely kept it pretty simple. I just wanted to put my major, my minor, as well as my GPA. Here I've obviously included a little bit of my following, but that's not super important for everyone else. So here in your professional experience column, you want to include any actual experience you have working in a professional setting, and this can be anything from your time as a waiter at a local restaurant or the internship you held last summer. You want to use the space to show how you've implemented your practical skills and gained real life experiences, as well as helped you grow as a person and an employee. Now for me, I've included my Chae Productions, which is the photography and videography production company that I started in high school. I've also included things like my YouTube channel, as well as included things about my job of the Director of Communications to the Princeton Office of Undergraduate Students. I've also just put like a director of documentary that I filmed when I was in Kenya, as well as my internship in Paris last summer. These are going to be my real life professional experiences that are going to be applicable for any type of job that I'm applying for, and it just helps employers get to know what you've done throughout your time in college. Now, once again, I do have a section for my portfolio, but like I said, this isn't applicable to everyone, but if you are interested, I do have just the different brands and companies that I've worked with to create a more cohesive profile. Moving over to my leadership and activities, these are going to be the extracurricular programs you participated in while you were in college. Now, I am the creative director of IVX Studios, which is the studio space that we created at school to foster opportunities for organizations to showcase their talent while providing a space for photo shoots, video sets, and master classes. I was also the assistant clarinet in the Princeton University Orchestra. Now, employers are always looking for well-rounded individuals who know how to balance their time academically, but also participate in things that they're passionate about. However, definitely keep this concise and only include the things that you are actually vested in. Otherwise, you look like you half-assed a lot of activities to just build up your resume, which isn't a good look for anyone. Now, moving over to your awards and honors, this is going to be an opportunity for you to showcase any distinctive accolades, any scholarships or opportunities you've received. For example, Dean's List, Honor College. All of these are great additions to your awards and honors and really just showcases, you stood out in your field, you made some sort of academic achievement, or even scholarships are a great example as well, because that goes to show that you went out of your way to apply for these different funds and have different motivations for the things that you want to pursue. So for mine, I just included a couple of my honors. I was selected as a student representative for the Ivy Council, where I got to go to Russia and participate in the Eastern Economic Forum, which is a super cool opportunity. It's also very unique for me as an economics major, so that's definitely why I included it. Freshman year, I received a $5,000 scholarship to spend 2 months in Paris at a film internship. And in high school, I received a National Geographic's photography expedition scholarship to travel to Ecuador and the Galapagos Islands. Now, these are all really great opportunities to showcase that I was passionate about the things that I cared about and went out of my way to look for scholarships and apply for them so I could have a more immersive experience. Finally, in your skills and hobbies, you should list the technical and practical skills you have, whether it's in different coding languages, video editing programs, or if you have multiple language proficiency. That is a really great way for employers to understand the exact technical expertise you have in various fields to make sure that you're the qualified candidate for that position, because obviously there are tons of different programs and languages and different things that you have to know for various positions. So having that in your resume is a really great way for your employer to get to know the technical and practical skills that you have in your arsenal. Now for me, obviously I'm fluent in Korean, Spanish, and French. The instruments I can play are clarinet, piano, guitar. Your programs are going to be Adobe Premiere, Illustrator, Photoshop, Microsoft Office. This is for me to showcase that I'm proficient in a variety of different backgrounds. I can do video editing, I can do photo editing, I can speak different languages, I can play music. So that just helps me broaden my scope as a candidate, as well as have more opportunities in these various fields. Finally, in your hobbies, you just want to put the things that you're interested in, what you like to do in your free time. Don't stress too much about this, but it really is just a way for the employer to get to know you more on a personal basis. So mine's going to be video editing, graphic design, photography, fashion creation, and music production. That's a relatively simple one. Don't overthink it too much as well. Finally, guys, things I recommend avoiding on a resume are going to be anything that is no longer relevant or that you are no longer involved in. If it's outdated or you no longer participate in that specific club or extracurricular, definitely don't keep it on there. I don't think there's any point to showcase things that you've done in high school, because you only have so much space on a one-page resume that you really want to keep it condensed and show the cream of the crop. Now, creating your resume isn't a one and done deal. It's going to be something that you consistently have to update. Anytime you have new accomplishments or achievements, you definitely want to keep updating your resume, which is why I recommend having that file easily stored away somewhere, so anytime you need to go back and update it, it is easily available for you to do so. Now, my friend has graciously allowed me to showcase his resume as well to give you a different perspective, because he is a computer science major, so his resume is going to be looking a little bit different than mine, but it has a ton of great achievements, and I think you guys are going to benefit from this as well. So if we start off from the top, obviously he's formatted it a little bit different way. This is probably going to be the traditional format that you see most resumes in. Once again, you have your education, attending Princeton University, a department GPA. He has also included this relevant coursework, which is actually a pretty important thing that I didn't mention. So if you have any courses that you're completed or expected to complete, then I definitely recommend including that as well. Now, his professional experiences, he has been a business development and analytics intern in Israel over his sophomore summer. So he gives a brief background about what his startup was, as well as the actual things that he got done during his time there. Moving on, he was a research intern at the Australian National University his freshman summer. And once again, he really just showcases the different types of things that he accomplished during his internship. And that just goes to show employers that this kid was really motivated. He had a lot of practical skills that are useful in any sort of environment, and that's really the reason why you want to highlight that in your professional experiences section as well. I also forgot to mention, but you do want to put the different dates that you guys were participating in this so that they know which summer that this took place in. Finally, in his personal skills and interests, he is well versed in Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, investing, R, Python, a bunch of other things that he is very talented in. So taking a look at his resume gives you a great idea of what a computer science major's resume is going to look like. Guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this first episode of the series. I hope that this was helpful, because trust me, I know that it is a stressful process looking for internships as well as revamping your resume. Once again, this is not going to be a one and done deal. It's going to be something that you consistently have to come back at and revamp anytime you have new achievements or accomplishments. I also highly recommend that you keep your resume to just one page, because no one's really gonna sift through 2 pages of just useless information. So really just keep it condensed and only include the information that you think is actually relevant. I also don't think it's a bad idea to change your resumes based on the different jobs that you're applying to. No one's really going to know the difference, so definitely take that into consideration as well. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, comment down any other videos you guys want to see in this series, and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.